Rush Limbaugh, late nights on WBRE TV. And now, from your hometown station, WBRE TV, this is Eyewitness News. With anchor Keith Martin, Vince Sweeney has the AccuWeather forecast, and Jim Miller on sports. This is Eyewitness News Nightcast.
Good evening. Two new presidential tracking polls show Bill Clinton holding an 11-point lead over George Bush with 1 week to go before the general election. The nationwide surveys by ABC News and CNN USA Today show Clinton leading Bush 44% to 33% and 42% to 31%. Ross Perot received 19% in both polls. Both surveys showed relatively small numbers of undecided voters. But that's not the case in Pennsylvania, where an exclusive statewide survey conducted by Mansfield University for WBRE TV shows many minds yet to be made up before the November 3rd election. Brian Francis has the story.
Pennsylvanians have voted for the winner in 19 of the last 25 presidential elections. The last time we were wrong was 1968, when we went with Hubert Humphrey over Richard Nixon. What this all boils down to is that Pennsylvanians pick the presidential winner 76% of the time. Even though Pennsylvania is a Democratic state, George Bush beat Michael Dukakis here in 1988. But our poll shows that he should not count on the Keystone State this time around. The Pennsylvania survey is indicative of national polls. Bill Clinton holds a 9-point lead over the president and a 2-to-1 lead over Ross Perot. But unlike the national surveys, almost 1/3 of the Pennsylvania voters polled are still undecided with 1 week to go. Our region plays a big role.
The undecideds seem to be highest. We found about 1/3 in the northeast portion of the state, Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area, in the undecided. In that area, the race at this point appears to be about a virtual tie.
The president seems to be strongest in the rural central areas of the state. Bill Clinton is far ahead in the southwest around Pittsburgh, and he gets more support from female voters on both the Democratic and Republican side. Ross Perot's 16% of support is scattered throughout the state, and both he and the president enjoy greater support among male voters. In selecting one key word to describe the candidates, the president was labeled as experienced, solid, decent, and safe. But on the negative side, some folks called him ineffective, weak, troubled, and old. Bill Clinton on the positive side got words such as energetic, hopeful, creative, and fresh. On the downside, untrustworthy, unproven, slick, and evasive. Ross Perot? Well, Ross Perot is in a category by himself.
For Mr. Perot, he doesn't have a clear identity. People use words like business most frequently, but they also use words like comical, jokester, entertaining.
Clearly, the candidate should entertain thoughts of returning here to Pennsylvania one last time. With 1/3 of the voters still undecided, obviously this is anyone's race. And with most of those undecideds right here in northeastern Pennsylvania, this year your vote could be more than it ever has before. I'm Brian Francis, Eyewitness News.
But none of the candidates was close to Pennsylvania today. President Bush campaigned in heavily Republican New Mexico, saying trust is a crucial issue in choosing a president. He charged Bill Clinton with flip-flopping on the issues and the fact that Clinton doesn't admit his mistakes. Mr. Bush also repeated what have now become standard themes for his campaign, the need for a balanced budget amendment and line-item veto authority for the president. Now, Bill Clinton and Al Gore campaigned together in North Carolina, making little mention of the verbal battle between Ross Perot and the Bush campaign over alleged dirty tricks by the Bush campaign. Gore said the other two candidates seemed to be shooting each other in the foot. Clinton only smiled and said, "Just let him go," when asked for his reaction to the squabble. Clinton worked hard to sell the issue of change as the key to this election and the need for his supporters not to fall victim to complacency because of polls showing him in the lead. Meanwhile, Ross Perot was trying to put behind him the accusations that the Bush-Quayle campaign intended to sabotage the wedding of his daughter. Perot sparred with reporters pressing for the sources of his information, with Perot saying this story should be a one-day story in the overall scope.
Live from the debate site in St. Louis. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Kathleen. Now let's switch over to Newswatch 16's Jim Rennick. He joins us now live in the newsroom. Earlier tonight, you were at Wilkes University where some students were watching the debate. Jim, what did they have to say about it? What are their feelings?
Well, they had a whole bunch of things to say about it, Susan. Ever since that first political debate involving television, the 1960 duel between Kennedy and Nixon, the country, or at least political junkies, seem mesmerized by what the candidates will or won't say when they are not limited to that 10-second soundbite. So with that in mind, we decided to join a group of young voters in Wilkes-Barre who tonight listen intently to what those three candidates were saying. As Ronald Reagan might have said, here we go again. The first of three presidential debates jammed late into the campaign plays out